What's up, everybody? Today we are hosting weekly Ponda Rapid. Ponda Rapid this week. Sparkle Horse, new player here. TGHS Killa, King Kong Resident Spectator, Astrobate, Rolandus, and Pirate so far. Lurking and not yet in the tournament are World Loser, Shaki, William PL, Furusato, Anonymous, Mr. Coffee. Alright, welcome everybody. Budapest, Hungary here, coming to you live. We have freezing temperatures in the region. Guys, don't forget to support the stream. Be the first to gift a sub this week. It's already Tuesday. The Placid, Lake Placid. You guys remember the Lake Placid Olympics? The Placid Ponda Rapid. Tastes like medicine. Way too close to cough syrup. Alright. Sparkle Horse, TGHS Killa, King Kong, Resonance, Astrobate, Rolandus, and Pirate. Only 7 players thus far. This is a 10+5 rapid casual tournament, 6 rounds. Scheduled for 6 rounds. Curious Mountain Crawler. We have a lot of snow. I'm willing to bet the Curious Mountain Crawler lives in the Northern Hemisphere. Oh, you're Lithuania. Okay, that explains it. Alright. He's north. Lituan. Nine minutes to go till the tournament starts. Be the first to get the sub. Don't forget to donate. Start a hype train. We'll be back tomorrow with Weird Wednesday openings. Unusual openings, Rapid Chess. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Guys, I had good news today. I was joking about this on the stream, but I thought I was playing on Sunday likely on the second board, but I am, it turns out, playing third board. Don't tell the other team, but because we're guests, I would be white again. I was like white last round on the second board, and I get white again, so that's really good. If I have to play a GM, obviously would just generally rather be white, but it's very good to be white rather than black. I think it compensates for like 100 rating points probably. I mean, I really think like objectively the difference between white and black is something like 100 elo points. Alright. Maybe, maybe not. But it's significant. Alright, Sparkle Horse World Loser. We've got 8 players now. Resident Spectator. Who else? World Loser joined. Mr. Coffee singing lullabies. Are you alright, dude? Astrobate started it? There was once a way to get back home. Now I'm going to have to turn on the heater here. We're getting freezed again. Budapest, sub-zero temperatures. We're fairly far south here. I mean, it's hot in the summer. It doesn't get that cold in the winter. We really don't get much snow, but I don't remember this early in December it being like below freezing. It's not even winter yet until what, like the 21st? When is the winter solstice or whatever? Like the 21st of December? Something around after my birthday. Don't forget my birthday is next Monday, so you guys get the birthday party, stuff ready. Alright? For my surprise My surprise stream birthday party. Somebody put like way too much coffee in my sugar. Ugh. XL Poker just subscribed to Tier 1. He's excelling at poker. And subscribing at Tier 1. Gotta be in it to win it. Cheers. Welcome back. Well, I think we exchanged someone. Bone Atrophy appeared in the tournament, but we lost someone. Someone left, but someone joined. Bone Atrophy has replaced someone else in the list who I don't remember. Oh, that new guy. The new guy left, and Bone Atrophy took his place. Alright. Thanks for subscribing, XL Poker. We've got 10 players so far. Alright, guys. Just around 6 minutes till the tournament starts. I feel like an airline pilot. Whenever we're doing this, I always feel like I'm telling the passengers, like, okay, folks, we're just waiting for the okay from the, from the flight deck, and, we'll be on our way in about 6 minutes. Norton live update. Go to hell? That's not an option. Remind me again in 24 hours. Remind me again in 24 years. Can you go to hell? Alright. Turn on silent mode for the rest of my life. Yes. Could we get some instructions on how the life vests work? Yeah. Alright, guys. We've got about 5 minutes till the air traffic control gives us the okay to taxi down the runway. So in the meantime, let's just, talk a little bit here. Oh, the Shield Arena. The Ponda Shield. XL Poker's like, I gotta defend my title today. Alisto's joined. They're both around 2400 with XL Poker. World Loser, Bone Atrophy, King Kong. So we still just have 10 players. I feel like people are like leaving and being replaced by aliens. This coffee has so much sugar, it's like almost undrinkable. Holy shit. Who put all that sugar in my coffee? My God. I gotta get some new help in the, those people, those like groupies that help, with the show, in the back. They poisoned my coffee with too much sugar. 4 minutes. If I go into diabetic shock, just call the EMS or whatever. Oh yeah, I mean, the beer is on the way, but if I don't have a coffee at like 5 or 6 p.m., I start to like have withdrawal symptoms. Yaron is here. So we've got 11 players now. Acerbate's still on page 1. Pyrat on page 2. Yeah, what's the Hungarian 911 number? Shit, I don't even remember. I'm in big trouble. I don't even know the Hungarian 911 number. Three minutes to go. Please gift subs, donate your bank accounts, Bitcoin, whatever. In the EU, I think is 112. It's something like that. Yeah, it's like a 3 number code. But so is 911. I wonder if 911 would work in Hungary. I don't think so. You serious? You think it would forward it? Speaking of the EU, you caving to like Orban yesterday, releasing some of the funds that Hungary is supposed to get. Immediately the freaking forint like killed the dollar. I'm just like, oh my God. The dollar to forint exchange rate went from like 398 down to, forints to the dollars went from 398 down to 384 in like, Jesus Christ, 398 down to 384 in one day. It's a huge difference. All right. Anyway. Troll on the roll in the tournament. 12 players now. Hungary was like blackmailing the EU to not let like Sweden and Finland in unless they cave and release some of these funds that Hungary is due to receive. Also like aid to Ukraine. They were holding that hostage too. But as soon as they like release the money, then immediately the foreign starts to get stronger. Which I don't mind if the foreign is stronger, but I don't like to see the dollar weaker relative to the foreign. Anyway, that's our Forex report for today. Sparkle Horse, Aldisto, XL Poker, World Loser. Wow, we're just killing time here. You know, I'm talking about foreign exchange students. All right, boys and girls, we're about to start. What else is new? Life is like a box of cherries. Box of chocolates, sorry. Forrest Gump. Why not just put that in there, man? Chinese proverbs about chess. I mean, they didn't have chess. They have Chinese chess. So, is that the same? So the quote should like be, life is like a game of Chinese chess, changing with each move. Whatever. Ancient Chinese proverb that's probably older than chess or something. Alright, starting in 20 seconds. Let's just play some chess. Man, this coffee is undrinkable. Ugh. 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 It was like with Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts now sponsoring Hikaru. That's hilarious. Damn, dude. I mean, alright. Speaking of Mr. Coffee, I was drinking before the stream. Maybe I can get sponsored by something for like aging chess masters like Viagra. Yeah, I'm not surprised that Chinese chess is a lot older than... I like how you called it Western chess. Western chess. Western chess is like from Iran and India. So Western chess is not really Western chess. It's like Midwestern chess. It's more like Middle Eastern chess. There is no Western chess. Western chess is like Monopoly. Okay. You sank my battleship. Bishop F4. We haven't played this in ages. I always played the Fianchetto. Oh my god, he played Bishop A6 here. Only one other player dared to do that against me. How dare you? I had a brief fascination with this variation because of Miles. You know, now that I think about it, I guess Miles like played it against me on World Chess Network in some kind of banter games we had at least once. I mean, I probably got it from the source. He like famously beat Spassky in this line. Really nice game. There was another nice game he had with it. I like Bishop F4 against the Queen's Indian because it's kind of nobody really like thinks about it. It's sort of like a forgotten variation. Yes, it looks like I'm playing the London system. I know. The ranking in Swiss is unclear. I take no responsibility for how lichess like runs the Swiss system tournaments. They really didn't want to implement Swiss tournaments at all. They're very you know, the developers of lichess are very, very, very like uber independent. and it took like mass amounts of pressure from players to get them to even create the possibility of putting Swiss tournaments on the site. And then once they did it, they still like just did it like begrudgingly. I complained about the pairing system and they just like shot me down immediately. That was like the last time I think I ever sent like a comment or recommendation about the site to the forums or something. I was like, whatever. All right. Yeah, your pairing system doesn't really fly. Well, they pair based on like tie breaks, which is really strange. Yeah, the ranking system works like the pairings. It basically goes by tie breaks. Normally when you have like a tournament wall chart or whatever, you have the rankings that are initially the rankings, and you kind of stay in that, and then you go from there. Yeah, you're number 5 because you played someone with a high rating or something. That's it. Don't ask me. They do their own thing. It's a sort of pseudo Swiss pseudo rules they use. I don't know how the pairings are really not. I talked about this like 2 years ago whenever they implemented it. I said this is not the way like a normal Swiss pairing system works. You never pair based on tie break points or something like that. Tie breaks are just for determining like the final winners of prizes and stuff like that. So I just don't understand where they got that from, but whatever. We can't complain because it's all free, right? Usually like Acerbate's ranked number 1, even though he's like 1700. Bishop a6 is I'm getting the feeling like Resonance Spectre plays Bishop a6 in the Fianchetto variation. He's trying to carry it over here. But it may not be that bad. To be honest with you, with the bishop on a6, why not play d5 here? It's like pretty inconsistent what he did, I think. He wasted a tempo. You felt it was a bad move. Okay. That's fine. It's actually, a lot of people like refuse to make the admission that they made a mistake, and that's oftentimes the worst thing you can do. So better to admit you made a mistake and get on the right track. But I think you could have played d5. Okay. Anyway, I'm not sure about how to play this, to be honest. My only other option is really bishop e2. So it's not a big deal, but it's not true that my only other option. I mean, I could play rook c1, obviously, something like that. Maybe queen c2. Sumher would like that. Teasing castle's queen side, which looks very risky. Now you did d5. Okay, so if I don't take, you will probably very likely take yourself, opening the diagonal. So castles, dc, bishop c4. Take, knight takes. Knight takes. Bishop takes. Masturbate lost already. I'm beginning to think he like loses on purpose whenever we're on stream. He just doesn't like the spotlight being on him. Okay, wow, so takes. I was mostly concerned about knight takes. Trading pieces and possibly being kind of drawish. But this is like more complicated. I'm happy. No, I mean, knight takes, if you play knight takes, you're attacking my bishop. You're attacking my knight on c3. You're trading a piece. You have to keep going. Knight takes, recapture, which recapture, Bishop takes, maybe. Yes, I can play e4, but I'm not sure how strong it is. I think you need to calculate more there, not think in terms of generalities. But I will admit that, this is a very principled move. Taking with the pawn is a principled move. You have a strong point at d5. It can't be bad, I mean, it is an extremely principled move. But as far as deciding, if that's better or knight takes better, I think you have to really be more, calculation based, not just doesn't it allow e4? I mean, okay, and I mean, I have a bishop hanging, so I can't play e4. I have to play knight takes d5 or move my bishop. In the long run, yes, it's possible e4 could be strong for white, but positionally speaking, it keeps your bishop open on b7. So that's a really tough decision. The further the pawn pushes, it might be a weakness at some point. The pawn itself, the d5 pawn, I'm always reminded of the game from The Art of Positional Play, Larry Evans versus Reshevsky, where Reshevsky has a bad bishop here, so-called bad bishop. But then he plays knight e4 in the structure, and Evans takes at some point, and the pawn comes here. And the more the pawn travels down this diagonal, the stronger it gets. Bishop is actually influencing the center through the pawn. It's like radiation. There's radioactive energy coming from that bishop on b7. I think that both are reasonable. But you need to make an informed decision. Guys want to do this? Totally unprincipled craziness? That's gotta be a bad move, right? Unprincipled craziness. Dude, I mean, the whole concept of bad bishop, good bishop, it's very, very difficult, I see so many examples of positions like the Reshevsky game, games like this, where that bishop on b7 is still very influential. Control of e4, I think he's got to consider very seriously playing knight e4 here to get a kind of grip on that square. My main concern was that, actually. I'm talking about calculation. I don't think I calculated this enough either. I'm guilty of not calculating enough here, probably. But it should work out. I think I have c5, bishop c7, and if queen c8, bishop d6, for example. I don't know what that does, actually. What does it even do? He has knight e8 losing a pawn, bishop e4 check, king e2, possibly king f1. It says see Resident Spectator taking his time. You're about due for a draw, Resident Spectator. If you look if you look at the score, it's like he has these draws every 5 games, pretty much. I've never seen anyone with such a regular score. Loss, draw. Loss, 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 draw. Loss, 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 draw. Loss, 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 draw. Very consistent. It's not a perfect pattern, though. Where is everybody? I'm revealing new concepts. New amazing concepts. Has anyone here ever used aim chess? Or do they know about it? Mr. Coffee is trying it. I can't remember if they had contacted me before, but somebody, I hope it's not a spam email, but somebody contacted me about possible like partnership with aim chess. I have to take a look into it. Mostly I don't respond to these kind of offers, but maybe. I think it was something else the last time. I might be willing to do the aim chess thing. All right, Dunkin' Donuts. This is an interesting moment. Do I go full London system? I was gonna play bishop d6, but then you've got to ask yourself the question: what happens if, say, like queen d8? Well, he went to e8. That's a really, really bad move. Losing material by force. Draw agreed. No, I mean, I think he has to play either. Well, he has to play queen c8, obviously. I guess he just didn't want to go to the c file, but there doesn't seem to be anything there. Anything special. Again, there is no substitute for calculation, you know? So we know what Resident Spectator needs to work on. Anyone can enjoy a good Simon Williams quote. That sounds like the kind of quote he recorded for an infomercial. I thought it was Maurice Ashley. Can it be more like kind of exaggerated? Did he really say that? The beauty of chess is that, and the list goes on and on, it transcends sex. What else? What does it not transcend? You got like 5 commas there. I can't see like Simon Williams saying socio-economic background. Do you think that Simon Williams really has socio-economic background in his vocabulary? Are you serious? Bloody hell. That's like Mr. Scott on Star Trek saying socio-economic background. What's the likelihood of that? I don't think so. I don't understand. It has to be. You're claiming that Simon Williams has a quote attributed to himself that stated that? That's bizarre. I think he had a ghostwriter. He had a ghostwriter for his quote. Quote ghostwriter. Quote writer. All right. Man, look at that bishop. It's almost gotten to the Reshevsky level. This is sort of stupid the way I'm playing it. Forcing him to play bishop a6, thereby getting his bishop very active to d3. He didn't even want the pawn. I guess he couldn't take it, probably too dangerous, but that was really poorly played by me. Now, if you're gonna be quoted, at least sound like yourself. Don't sound like you're like Shakespeare or some sort of Simon Williams is now a EU ambassador or something. Like a scientist. It makes Simon Williams sound like he's a scientist or something. Chess scientist. Bearded chess scientist and sure. Blocking the open file. Can you not do that? Down in front. Obviously, his girlfriend wrote that in his book or something. I don't know, man. Man, this liqueur. Everything tastes too sweet. Is that like a sign of some sort of deadly disease? What does it mean if suddenly all drinks are too sweet? Does it mean I'm gonna die? I have diabetes or something? My coffee tasted too sweet. Maybe that's why my coffee tasted too sweet. I wonder if that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it wasn't the coffee. I still think it was the coffee. I have a little glass of Metaxa, and it's pretty sweet. But I think I took a sip of it before I started drinking my coffee. And I didn't think about it. And maybe that's why everything tastes ridiculously sweet. Alright, back to the tournament. We have a request to join the team. The long road to 2000. No, a funny thing happened. Before the stream this afternoon, some account challenged me to 3-0 rated. No, wait. Somebody requested to join a team. Okay, I approved it. Then the same account 5 minutes later challenged me to 3-0 rated. And I was just decline challenge. And then 10 seconds later they sent me a message please, sir, you know what I did? I just kicked them out of the team. I just kicked them out of the team and blocked them. Seriously. If you ever say, if I decline your challenge, I don't want to play. It doesn't mean I want you to beg to play more. It's just rude, If you ask them for a game and they decline, dude, it's because they can't. Do you hear me? And don't call me sir. So we've got Maple Tree, Bocco do Inferno. Bocco do Inferno? Man, it's been a long time. The long road to 2000 is way beyond 2000. Aldisto, you ruined King Kong, World Loser. Okay. So first round in the books. It's a long tournament tonight. 6 rounds, 10 plus 5. If you call me sir, I'm going to kick you out of the team. Really, it was like, you know, it wasn't the sir. The sir just was like the final straw. You know, it's like challenging me to a blitz game. I decline, and then you start begging me in messages. And then you say sir to me as well. Brother, man. I just haven't been the same since COVID. I'm just so grumpy all the time. Wow. Bone atrophy. I'm drinking Metaxa in honor of bone atrophy. Man, black has, you know, a little bit of Blockadovich here. But, I mean, he's down a full exchange, so, I mean, black should be losing. But those tricky knights and the blockade. White's got to work this out somehow. It's not that easy. He's got this, he's got the push. But still, White's got a kind of funky pawn structure. Exactly, it's like a Greek kind of, yeah, I don't know if, it's not a cognac exactly. Kind of similar liqueur, but it's very sweet. And, I didn't remember it being quite so sweet. I don't know about pushing the pawn to e6. But I guess it's working. He's got knight g6 check and e7. He's going to brute force his way through. The brute force method. Yeah, I just mentioned it because bone atrophy is from Greece. And I never really drank Metaxa, so it's kind of funny. Funny coincidence. Uh-oh, counterplay in the house. Oh no. I knew there was a problem with that. It looks good until you see h6 and you're like, oh shit, that's why my knight was there. It looks like White's going to win. But a good fight for Molanda's chess against a much higher rated opponent. Put up a good fight. The good fight. Alright. Good fight from Rolandus. Going back to tournament. It's 6 rounds tonight, so it's a 3-hour tournament. Rolling Thunder. Isn't that a movie? So it's 7-11 now, and we've only played 1 round. So that's 15, 26 minutes per round. Oh, that's fine. We're on schedule. I figured just another 3-hour tournament. Normally I try to keep the streams to about 2.5 hours. This is a 6-rounder with a longer-ish time control. Although we've done 15 plus 5, this is only 10 plus 5. So kind of a compromise. Did you see the recent bow test chess boxing event? I'd rather not. I'm good, dude. I have more important things to worry about. But thanks for promoting it. It's not as bad as Elon Musk going on the Dave Chappelle show. Getting booed off the stage. Alright. Nylon mask. Latest nylon mask. Abomination. Wow. Certificate of Participation, FIDE World Senior Chess Championship. Just flew out of the sky at me. I lost my pen from the World Senior too. I had this like souvenir World Senior Championship 30th anniversary pen, and I lost it. I'm very like superstitious. But thanks for, yeah, I like her face punched. Nah. Dude, chess is violence. Alright, no. We don't promote such nonsense here. There's all these like fantastic women chess players, and the Botan sisters steal their thunder. It's sort of sad. That's sad to me. You know, it really is. Alright. They're like posers almost, it feels like. You can't really say that because they're technically like decent players. But still, the average like people in the street think they're like great, the best women players in the world or something. It bothers me, people that do that kind of stuff. World loser. So we don't promote chess.com or Susan Polgar or chess.com or the Botas sisters here. C4. What are we going to do with World Loser? I played the B6 against him yesterday. Free time, no opponent, you got to buy. I got me a buy, Asterbate. Knight e7 with the idea of knight c8. How stupid is b6? Well, this particular position is probably not great. I wonder if he's supposed to play e4 there. Isn't e4 inaccurate? Here we go again. World Loser, you better not play knight a4 now. Play it later. Or never. Get the Ubatis attack. World Loser versus the Ubatis attack. Ubatis never joins us for our tournaments. He's probably gaming. Not playing enough chess. I have this problem with a lot of my chess students. They're bad. They don't play enough chess. I mean, I teach with passion, but I don't like force people to play chess. I mean, if you, it's up to you to play chess. I mean, if you don't want to play chess, I'm not going to force you to play chess just because you're taking lessons with me. I cannot force people against their will. But it seems to be the biggest problem I'm running up against. I'm going to castle. You missed round 2 by 30 seconds. Well, at least like you're here in time to enter the tournament at all, Bill. If you didn't make it by round 3, you might not be able to enter. Uh-oh. Alright, this move. World Loser, what are you doing there with that suspicious queen e2? What's that about? Why aren't you castling? Always. Oh, look at this. He's turning into Slaggy. What was it? Always look on the bright. Wait, was that from like Was that song from who was that created by? The Life of Brian. So that was like an original song created for that? It wasn't like they borrowed it from somewhere else? That was actually created for Monty Python? Why did that pop in my head now? Man, World Loser is he's tricky. He wouldn't compromise. Look at him. He's like castling. No. G3. Knight G1 even. Damn, dude. This has gone far enough, man. What are you about here? What are you doing exactly? What are you about? Well, Loser uses no time. Oh, Eric Idle wrote it. Yeah, it's funny. It's almost like a real song. It seems like something that would be like a real song. What am I doing? You got to admit, World Losers are very creative. Extreme chess moves. What am I going to do about f4? We're going to chop it. We're going to chop it on d5. This metaxa tastes too much like medicine. It's too sweet. Last time I had it, I really liked it. I don't know why it seems too sweet now. It has to be a fatal disease. Well, at least I don't have COVID. I wouldn't taste it at all. Yes, sire. The time has come. We have so many interesting ideas, but I mean, this rook really needs to. Soup. You gotta love the World Loser style. The number one goal is to not use any time. Okay, he just straight up catastrophically blundered. Do. Alright, which way do we do this? That's where I love Stockfish. What's the difference if I take the knight or the bishop? Knight takes. I almost like bishop takes and rook takes. Who says we have to take it right away? So many good moves here. Rook takes. Knight takes. There. just make sure I work out the whole rest of the game so he doesn't like trick me in time pressure or something. I'll just have it all worked out in advance. You know, then it'll be resolved. Take your medicine. You know, it seems strange to take with the bishop, but ultimately I think the knight on f6 is valuable as a defender of my king's side. Valiant and valuable. Valuable. Voluble. Volleyball. Oh, he just took the pawn. Because he has the cheapo, like queen takes f6. That's the key. Wow. Rook takes check, king b1. Queen f5 check. The one move that's definitely not good is queen b7. There is queen f5. He's got to find the next move quickly, yeah. Master saw that move. Do you really want to leave your rook hanging here? Oh, you have that move. Wow, do I have a mate? Don't have a mate. So, I don't have a mate, but I guess rook b3 is pretty strong. Or not. Queen c2 hangs a rook with check. So I'm thinking rook b3, losing the exchange, or something like that. Rook b3. We don't want to make any blunders now, do we? Alright, where's the winning move? Queen f4, knight e5. Rook takes b2, king takes b2, queen c2 check. Oh, darn, that doesn't work. Oh no. Alright. So what's up? This can't work. I'm afraid I screwed up. I got too fancy. You know, strangely, World Loser is only 2162 in Bullet. His Rapid rating's higher than his Bullet. But he only plays Bullet and Rapid. Once a year, 1 year, I just grinded CT art. Where? I get it. It's very messy, the situation. Rook b1 check. This is like the longest World Loser ever thought on a move. Alright guys, I'm gonna go, off for a little smoke or something and come back. No, I forgot. I quit smoking. Where did my time go? So I'm just totally winning. And then I just randomly sacked my rook. I should have just played a safe move here like queen d8. I'm up 2 pawns in an ending. Queen d8 just wins. I was impatient there. Curation. So I heard the CT art is like what a lot of real games now in the puzzles. Whereas originally I don't think it was. I felt like it was like composed. The original collections by Block, who created, the basis of CT art, Maxim Block, I felt like they were all like hand composed positions. Because they're both sides to play and win. Well, worth 10 euros, of course. That's crazy. World Loser just mated himself and won on purpose? Why would he do that? It's so bizarre. He self-mated himself. Why did he self-mate himself? He's like winning with knight g5, or do I have enough? Do I have enough compensation? Yeah, of course knight g5. Wow, apparently it's equal. Wow, I had no idea. I didn't even know if I should take with the queen or the pawn. He has to play knight g5. Wow, so queen takes doesn't work. Queen takes, rook takes. I was going to play like rook b3. It just doesn't work. I have to do h takes. And now after rook takes f5, I have perpetual check. That's it. Yeah, I totally screwed up with queen f5. Threw away a winning position. I'm lucky I have a draw here. I hope I would have found it, because I wasn't sure which way to recapture. Wow. It's a horrible blunder. I'm just like totally winning. Well, I had rook takes b2 check. Are you serious? I have rook takes b2 check. Oh my god. I didn't think I had anything after queen b7, king a1. Damn, dude, but I'm winning anyway. Wow. So the rook sack worked. World Loser's method of like putting pressure on me, like on the clock, like forced errors. Queen f5 double question mark. Missing the correct sacrifice. Now, if it was like a normal game in this position where I'm playing someone and both of us have 5 minutes here, if it was like, actually I still had 5 minutes, but he still makes me like panic because he has 9 minutes and I have 5. Yeah, but I mean this was also like very simple solution to play queen d8, right? I'm just up 2 pawns in an ending. Okay. World loser's supposed to play h4. I was wondering though. Knight f3 is I think the best move. Knight f3, knight g6, and then h4. That's what Erdos played against me. Oh, there's Erdos Bologan. And I didn't know about that game when I played Victor in the Rapid Tournament. It was like the same year, exactly 2011, when I played Erdos in a Rapid Tournament in this position. I had obviously no idea he had played a sign against Bologan. But I mean, you know, maybe black should play something else other than e5 here. Ultimately, okay, d5 is a Chigorin. I never thought about that. You can transpose to a line with Chigorin. Not my intention though. E6 is playable. Oh, what's up with e4? Oh, this is a Arsenal fan variation, no? Oh shit, this is the Arsenal fan variation. That's how this happens. I never stopped to think it wasn't reached from an English opening move order. It's a 2 knights tango, where black plays e5. I mean, black plays e6 in the 2 knights tango. Alright guys, back to tournament. What do we got? Free gift point from World Loser. Should have been, well, half a point. Half a gift point. It should have been a draw. Alright. Again, I don't know if I would have found it, though. Probably. I'm pretty much forced to find that rook c2, and I figured I had something. Nobody's left. 1 game left. Official chess hats against Dinekis, our other Greek grandmaster. Which way are we going? Black's coming this way. Does it even matter which way black's going here? Okay, it's time to resign for official chess stats. Please resign, sire. You're holding up the works. Aldisto has a half-point bye. No, Jeroen drew Aldisto. Wow, good job, Jeroen. In round 1. Asterbate got himself a bye. You beat Pyrat. Bisonov never showed up. Everyone sucks but me never showed up. Maple Tree lost. The Long Road. It's a long, long road. Alright. That's a very important song. Anyways. Guys, please start the donations coming. Don't forget, it's a new week. We need your support. Help Slappy pay his taxes. Christmas is upon us. It's the season of giving. But nice upset draw by Jeroen in the first round. Official chess stats did resign. Okay, we've got 3 minutes till next round. Round 3 coming up soon. Yeah, World Loser puts me in the time pressure, and I feel rushed, and then I blunder. It happens a lot. Queen F5 was obvious and bad. You know, it's amazing. I have no good move after Queen F5. I thought, oh, there's got to be something there, and then there just isn't. You know, that's why calculation is so important. I'm a perfect example of what not to do in that game. I just played Queen F5 basically with the idea that there's got to be something there. Well, what if there's not? You know, I should have thought for another, if necessary, another minute. I could have played Queen D8 and bailed out. If you've got time, you've got to do the calculations. Imagine like if you were in some other job, like you're running a nuclear reactor. You can't like not do the calculations, you know what I mean? If you're like running a nuclear reactor and you don't do the calculations, you have a nuclear meltdown. In chess, you don't do the calculations, you know, you lose, or you get mated, or you draw a winning position, you know. The consequences aren't fatal, but, you know, you have to train calculation. I have to train calculation faster. I'm good at calculation, but I'm not fast enough. I need to be faster. You really need to look up the Samish variation, King's Indian. Slow and bad versus fat and mad. Alright, bone atrophy lost. Wait, who is that? Well, you lost to Aldisto. Aldisto with the Swiss gambit of half point in the first round. Well, World Loser has good instincts. But he's relying, you know, primarily almost 100% on instinct. There was this famous book that I like called Dynamic Chess Strategy by Mihai Shuba, and he said he did an experiment in one tournament where he just he decided he was only going to play on instincts and not really calculate, and he actually did quite well. But you know, it's not optimal, obviously, but it's useful if you're playing fast time control to be more intuitive. But I want to use as much time as I need. I want to use the time I have, at least, you know. Don't rely on your intuition unless you have to, you know. It's there for when you have to. Most people here are playing fast chess online. They're not, you know, it's not a rated game in a strict sense. It's not the end of the world if you lose a game. In a tournament setting, you have more time, but you know, you need to use all your time. Learn to use all your time. I mean, World Loser wields the time like a weapon, which is totally not my philosophy. But it can be problematic. I've lost a number of games, and I almost lost again. I don't think this Bishop G5 is so good. This happened in one previous game of mine. I can never remember the guy's name. Or what happened to him? He was IM from California and disappeared. Maybe Ted Bundy got him. I don't know. All right. Knight on BD7. Where was Ted Bundy from anyway? Maybe Al Bundy got him. Queen A4 check, knight on BD7. Take the freaking pawn, man. Technically, I could wait and play like maybe G3, I guess. It looks like and smells like a Catalan. I should do the CT art. I'm not sure if I ever actually had CT art. The C5 might be a very good move for black. Should I take? And why that? Why does taking benefit me? Mainly, I guess he has Queen A5 check. Oh shit! If Queen A5 check, I have B4. So I could have taken. He'll probably take with the bishop. And then if bishop f6, he has queen f6. It's been a long day. But I mean, you know, this deserves to be considered. But King Kong played a good move in the opening. Not too many people realize this. You're supposed to either play pawn takes pawn or h6 here. Those are the two best moves. Most people just transpose to some kind of like orthodox Queen's Gambit. Oms, who hasn't been here for a while, uses this move order as well. It was recommended in a book by Richard Palliser as a means of avoiding the Cambridge Springs variation. Okay, now knight b6 I'm not a fan of. You know, that is just almost always a bad square. Seriously. You found a book with 5,000 endgames. If you can understand and beat them all, you should be rated 2,700. It maybe that's true, probably, but I don't know how relevant that is for anyone on the face of the earth. You know. We wish Magnus best luck on, you know, getting all 5,000 right. Anyway, I'll make that the title of my next stream. I don't know, but it's somebody who's the master of self-promotion. Queen d3. Queen d3 looks kind of forced, actually. Pretty much forced. Who wrote that? Someone who understands, like, marketing, I guess. 5,000 endgames. A book with 5,000 endgames. Dude, how does 5,000 endgames even fit into a book? Is it like a Laszlo Polgar, like coffee house size book? Coffee house. Coffee table. It's a Laszlo Polgar coffee table book? How big a book would have to be, like, to hold 5,000 endgames? How many endgames can you get on, like, one page, dude? It's like 10 Bibles or something. Compounded into one. I don't know, is Bishop D2 a thing? I'm not going to waste time with Bishop D2. I no longer rent an apartment, I just bought a coffee house sized book. I meant coffee table book, you know, one of those coffee table books. Yeah, Polgar's book is the only book that looks like that. But that's not an endgame book, it's just like puzzles. Middle game's more. How can you get 5,000 puzzles in one book, man? They must be like tiny, like little diagrams or something in a 500-page book. So if you put like 10 tiny diagrams on each page of a 500-page book, you could get like freaking 500-page book with 10 diagrams in every page. I recommend a magnifying glass. Sounds like something Zyatinov would do. GM Ram. Zyatinov had some book called GM Ram where it was just about like positions with no analysis or something. You just use your imagination. Yeah, Carson Mueller is a real... He's a real endgame nerd, man. He's an endgame egghead. So what do I do? Man, you just received volume 1 of the chess career of Rudolf Spielmann. How did Rudolf Spielmann play enough games to have more than one volume, SB? They must be really milking Spielmann's games to have more than one volume. That's like Rudolf Cherishek's, chess career, part 1. Harry Nelson Pillsbury, first edition of a 3-book series. Like, okay, I mean, Spielmann probably didn't die as early as those guys, but in those days, people just didn't play that many games, You just couldn't play that many games. I mean, a few people did, who had extremely long chess careers, like maybe Blackburn or something. Damn, is King Kong, how strong is King Kong? He's getting awfully incisive here. Incisive, Kong. You dreamt you're in a Harry Potter movie. I had a dream. I think I told you guys, or maybe I didn't. I had a dream yesterday that I went back to 2010, and I knew I was in the past, and then went to this American. I was in America, and I went to some place, some restaurant. Went inside and asked the people what is the date? Can you please tell me the date? And they looked at me and they were speaking Russian. I don't know what that means. Is Putin gonna take over the world? Is it the man in the high castle? All of a sudden everyone in America is speaking Russian. Maybe it's an alternate universe. I love dream analysis. Damn, dude. Just too incisive. He's too damned incisive. That's what I say. It's like Mr. Perfect. Yeah, King Kong. Got the low bullet rating. More blitz and rapid. Very well played. Right from the beginning, first of all, he's the only person I've played, I don't know, in the last 15 times I played this variation, who actually stopped to think about, anything other than the obvious move. So he played the opening well, and now he's continuing to play very, very dynamically. Okay, so the point is knight d7. One of the points would be queen d4, bishop c5, but I have knight d7. So queen d4, bishop c5, knight d7, bishop d4, knight b6, bishop b6. That's good for me. Queen d4, queen b2, knight d7. I could also take his bishop. He did it without even thinking. So maybe I miscalculated. Funny, he took his time and then he like went in the sequence very quickly. Genetic sequencing. I just assumed I was better here. Oh. What's the quote? Trust but verify? Does anyone know what's the story behind that? Trust but verify. Somewhere I thought it was like a Russian quote. Got Russians on my brain, man. This guy is disturbing me. I mean, seriously, you're disturbing me. I have rook b1. No, he's like freaking strong, man. Another good move. How can there be more than one book on the career of Rudolf Spielmann? Masturbate. They're like milking you for installments? Is it like an encyclopedia or something? Did a chess encyclopedia salesman like come to your house? I've got a Rudolf Spielmann encyclopedia that you're gonna want to buy. Damn, dude. You're seriously gonna play knight d6 on me? Unbelievable. This is just weird. It's even getting a little weird and creepy now. He has chances to win that pawn. He didn't take them. Weird. Just weird, man. How strong is this guy? I'm getting kind of freaked out. Chess _ WC, rating with party F6. The chess BC. Chess bathroom. Chess water closet. Welcome. Masturbate 1903 to 1926. Whoa, rook b4. When is my blunder coming? Man, I was waiting for him to play like knight c4 there. Knight c4 might have been a good move. Thank you for the raid. Chess Wi-Fi. In Hungary we say Wi-Fi instead of Wi-Fi. I don't know if that's like European wide. Americans would be like, what? Don't let your guard down. You definitely don't want to let your guard down. But I think I can safely play king e2. Oh, right. Spielman match with Uwe. Matches with... Well, who else? I mean, Spielman played matches with other strong players. Okay. Oh man, this player is like obscenely patient in an ops color bishop position. Should probably consider exchanging rooks there. Please be careful. $1872 bullet, 2030 blitz, 2180 rapid. That's possible, even likely. I'm impressed by his patience. And he kept attention a lot in this game. Situations where I don't think it's that obvious. Oh man. Alright. Yeah, it's okay. An acerbate-like style. This guy seems very, very concentrated. I've somehow beaten them 5.5 out of 6. The games, I can't remember. Jesus Christ. Now he has 3 isolated pawns. Is that good? Are isolated pawns good? They'd be worse with rooks on the board, probably. You know, things that move in straight lines would pick off these pawns more easily. What is this guy's deal? Okay, something's happening here. But what is it exactly? He sees everything. The Bullet Meister. Oh my god. Alright, dude. I can ban you from the stream for that, you know. I think offering a draw in this position is a bannable offense. It's gotta be a bannable offense. Are you kidding me? You're offering me a draw in a pawn down ending? Oh my god, dude. You didn't just do that. Promise me you didn't just do that. Are you serious? Jesus Christ. Mate. I don't know, there's something weird about this guy. Seriously. Offering the draw? This play is like too good. It's really creepy. It's super creepy, dude. Creepadelic. Wow. I mean, how the fuck could the guy be like 1800 in bullet and play like this? Now he resigns? What? Who would resign there? After all that, dude. Offer me a draw? Damn. That's super weird. I don't understand why he offered me draw. I don't understand why he resigned at that point, you know, because it wasn't 100% over yet, you know. It was weird. Why is he so good? Alright. Just tell me you could play Aldisto, XL Poker. That was weird. Guys, be the first to cheer now. My birthday's coming up, just to let you know, on Monday, so don't hold back with the early birthday presents. I'm just 50, it's no big deal. You know, nothing special. It's not a special birthday or anything. 6 rounds today. Guys, feel free to drop in a donation. We've got no cheers, no gift subs this week. Sadly. You sprained your chess fingers. You sprained your donation fingers. Masturbate's tapped out. And Tony sprained his finger. He broke his finger, hammering himself. He hasn't been here in a long time. That's what all my chess students are like. Delinquent and don't play chess. Do I encourage people to not play chess or something? Take lessons with me and then they stop playing chess. Alright. Sparkle Horse. Some senior events. I'm not really 50, it's just a made up thing to, scam people out of money. Feeling sorry for me and stuff. But if we don't start getting some donations, I'm going to have to quit, streaming and go back to online poker. We don't want to do that. Aldisto. D4 from Aldisto. Yeah, he did this last time. He can always play E4. Yeah, I don't want to do that against a player who can play E4 necessarily. Oh, he played the... Yeah, okay. He's going to play the... He's going to play this no matter what. Oh, what about my beer? I totally forgot about my beer. Well, if nobody's going to donate the stream, I'm just going to get drunk and drown my sorrows. But not in a can of whoop-ass, Masturbate. We had a follow from chess_WC and a raid from the same. Last time I played A6 against you, right? Classically, alright, we'll bust out our old line. This was what I played before. Wait till our game is done. Oh, hope you don't start CTR. Yeah, use my donation code. I get credit for referrals to GTR. There's a new program that teaches you how to cheat. Cheat like Hans. It's called Cheaty Art. E takes D. Wait, what? It was this, right? The provocative. Bishop E2. Masturbate likes GT art. You don't leave a choice. I've got no choice here. Traded my bad bishop. Bad Warschoven. Warschoven. Must prepare for knight b5 in order to meet that with rook c8. Dude, you did knight b5? Holy shit. So I've fallen in some kind of freaking trap here. Oh man, this is actually a trap. I was like joking about it too. It's so funny. Funny, haha. That's alright. God damn it, Jerry. Probably a million people have fallen into this trap. It's so natural. I can play king d7. Okay, that's okay. Last resort. We'll play king d7 if we have to. I'm not sure if there really are any other options. I mean, e5, sacking a pawn. Bishop takes. Looks pretty stupid. And losing the exchange looks pretty dumb. So I guess it's pretty much answering your own question, huh? You will suffer for this. Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing this particular trap. I've only played the position a couple times. Zukertort was a phenomenally delicious. In Hungarian, in the Hungarian language, they use phenom as an adjective to describe something that's really delicious. All right. So obviously knight e5 check is slightly disruptive. There's also the possibility of knight to g5. I suppose I could play knight e4. That's very developmental, right? e6 is going to be necessary at some point. The situation looks bad. When in doubt, develop, right? I don't like knight g5. We've got another world loser. It's rare I get caught in opening traps. I'm pretty careful about it. Playing stuff I know, for the most part. So I guess I have to play a6 first. This is so slow. You know, I don't want to play a6. It's okay, though. It's okay. I'll play a6 if I have to. Rook is a common name. Rook shields. My old friend Tony Rook, a fly-by-night scammer. Seller of bridges. And betrayer of promises. I trust him about as much as my ex-wife. Which isn't much. Alright. Knight f3, knight e4. Yeah, that doesn't look good, dude. It sounds better. I was thinking, you know, it's funny. Now I'm in trouble again. This is like funny position. Haha, funny. Knight takes d4. What would Asterbate do? I am not going to sack the exchange. If I have to lose something, I'll lose a pawn. So be it. Gina Rook, you know what's funny? I feel like I thought the same thing as Mr. Huffy said. I think I actually had the same thought. Like, it was weird that you chose Rook. My son told me, oh god, this was like a year ago. He asked me, Dad, what's your favorite, like, piece on the chessboard? And I was like, oh. Well, I guess, you know, my favorite piece is the queen because, you know, it's the best attacking piece. It sounds better, but why not Gina Queen? We said Gina King or Gina Bishop. What about Gina Queen? You know, females normally gravitate toward liking the queen. I mean, is that a sexist thing to say? I've pretty much noticed that, you know. Women like the queen because it's called a queen, you know. Women are queens and men are kings. It's normal. It's also the most powerful piece on the board. Is it sexist to say women always like the queen? Alright, Rook C8. Anti-royalists. We don't have the problem in the United States or Hungary. Hungarian prince. Yeah, I don't think that, like, castle bastions have sex. A sexual denomination or whatever. For the most part. They are a little more phallic. Okay, enough of this subject. So what happened here? Aldisto miscalculated, or he was, like, tricking me? He miscalculated. Knight d5, queen a5 check, knight c3, knight takes c3. Oh, I'm attacking his queen. So knight takes d5, queen a5 check, knight c3, knight c3. Bishop d2 isn't an option. Okay. It's just like... He's like crazier than cheesy noob. I've got to play knight d6. And then we're just going to hunker. Hunker in the bunker. I'm going to be up a piece soon. I hope. Bunker down. You can have pervert Prince Andrew. Yeah, he's really useful. Thanks. Beyond being, you know, some sort of pervert, he's highly industrious and useful. Alright, knight d6, bishop d6, pawn d6, knight e5 check, no problem. So we're hiding now. We're up a piece. What a ridiculous position this was. Why am I up a piece? How am I up a piece? But I'm sure the ever-inventive Aldisto, like, still has a fair amount of compensation. But maybe not. What do I do now? I just simply go back to e8 and everything's fine. Everything's fine! Just... no problem. King e8. Seriously? Wow. I just can play king e8 and everything's fine. It's crazy. I'm just back. I just went for a little trip and came back. And it was like 2010 and everybody was speaking Russian and I was up a piece. I'm kind of ashamed of this game, dude. I mean, I played this against Sasha Gelman, but he also played bishop e2. Or, maybe he played knight f3. I can't remember. I can't believe if I had this position against him, I didn't play knight c6. What the heck? So knight c6. What? Maybe I have another move here, like queen a5 check? You guys, on another front, like, maybe I should just play king d7 right away. I don't know. Now here's an interesting question. Do you want to play like g6, rook he1, bishop g7? It's g6 or e6. There is something going on here, by the way. Is that important? I can win like the c2 pawn with check. But I would have literally like no development whatsoever after that. Knight b4, queen b3. Knight b4, queen b3, rook takes c2 check, king b1. The world of no development. Yeah, I don't really like that. On the other hand, there's like e6, and then there's g6. So let's say, yeah, he's got knight takes f7. Oof. Okay, so g6, rook e1, or g6, h4. I'm going to play e6. This looks more solid, except for one thing. It looks more solid, but it might not be more solid because it actually weakens this diagonal slightly. Two things, and it also gives him maybe d5. It's not so simple, but I think that black is winning. Maybe I can sidestep the d file, to do something here. Do not need to analyze. I like how in all my games at the World Senior, only one person and I. It's kind of sad, dude. 11 rounds and I only really analyzed with one of my opponents, and then another one we just talked about some moves. It's sort of sad. The lost art of post-game analysis. Oh, we'll just go home and look at it with the computer. That's so soulful. Knight b4. Before or after? How about just developing? Highly recommended. He's going to go d5 at some point. I think I'm just in time. To take castles, rook d1, queen c8. I mean, heck, I'm up a piece. Heck! I can give up 2 pieces for a rook and like, be totally okay. There is one minor problem here. Did somebody say something about castling? Remember, I told the stream the story, whoa, about how Pragnanatha allowed his opponent to make some kind of illegal move at the Zalakaros tournament years ago. I thought it could castle again. It's like recycled castling. Maybe I can play king d7. I want to go back to d7 now. Knight takes e5, bishop takes e5, king f8. Or just king f8. I bet a computer would like my position. I don't know. You see, Iranians will still not play Israelis. Yeah, I mean, that's well known. The arbiter at the World Senior was saying, like, that was like the one standard. That was the one standard thing where they won't make like exceptions for like brothers or married couples not to play each other in tournaments, but only for players who are like countries are at war with each other, essentially. And it's weird because, like, you know, technically, I mean, is Israel at war with Iran? I mean, I thought that was kind of the determining, like, I mean, they hate each other, but are they, like, technically at war? That's the question. What am I doing here? Well, I mean, you can't ask, like, a freaking Russian to play a Ukrainian in a chess tournament, man. I mean, it's totally inappropriate. War is silliness. But I'm not asking somebody, you know, from Ukraine to sit down in a tournament. In the first Saturday now, there's a player from Russia with a FIDE flag, and there's a grandmaster from Ukraine. I mean, I would be like freaking out, man. I wouldn't agree to play. You have this? Wow. So I have a pretty nasty move here. You have that too? He has everything. So, I mean, I guess my point is only that they can refuse to play each other, but I guess, like, technically, like, FIDE in tournaments won't, won't agree to, like, not pair them against each other unless their countries are technically at war. Anyway, that was the rule I was told. Yeah, man. I mean, I didn't know this trap. You had the exact same thing not long ago over the board. Jeez. Yeah, that's a really weird trap. It's easy to think, oh, everything's fine. Bisonov getting squeezed. That's a nice squeeze you got there. I would think this pawn majority is winning. The 5-on-3, the big 5-on-3. I mean, how does this pawn center just not win? There is an A pawn. The only hope for black is his own passed pawn over here, but it's pretty well contained. So I would think like black is pretty much simply lost here. That's a good question, Mr. Coffee. I don't know if they can, if the it's a good question. I mean, Olympiad is a special tournament, so I guess the organizers can, pair by hand. Not that many teams, and maybe they can make an exception on their judgment. But interesting question. Yeah, has Israel ever gotten paired against Iran in like a team competition? Very interesting question, and I'm sure it can be answered, but I'm not the person to be able to do that. Okay, we've got poor Bisonov losing here. Guys, can we see my game? I mean, Bisonov was going to lose this, but can I just see that trap I fell for? What the heck, man? What a disaster. I had only 80 centipon loss with 4 blunders, and Aldisto had 112 centipon loss. So, little did I know, I have to play A6. I don't think I actually have to play A6, but it's the only move that's been played. You would think like black could play Queen A5 here, but it's probably not great. Maybe white even castles king side. If I play Queen A5, it looks pretty artificial. Wow, the engine wants to go into the ending with Queen B5 check. Safe to say my old match opponent, Sasha Gelman, probably wouldn't love this. Can we just check, did I have this before? Player. I did not have this position before. So, Sasha Gelman didn't play Bishop E2. I faced Knight F3 twice and F3 3 times. And you were the first person to play Bishop E2 against me. I lost 2 games against Sasha Gelman. I guess he played like Bishop D3 in both. So this is actually my first time playing this position. Little did I know. And Queen A5 is a novelty. Computer thinks that white is better after you get a face hugger. establishing a facehugger on b5 in the ending. Facehugger explained. I should do like some sort of stupid chessable course with some crazy concepts. Sci-fi chess. Those guys are still playing? My god, dude. Bisonov was dead. Alright, it's over. It's over. That's a bad joke. Not funny, Acerbate. I don't know. I hate caviar. Does what kind of wine do you drink with caviar? Not like white wine? It would have to be white wine. Yeah. All right. Resident Inspector, you didn't win? You did win. He won and he's still complaining. No, I'm kidding. You're not complaining. Alright. Whoa! Your Rowan has 3.5 points? Dude, sleeping giant. He beat Boku do Inferno, and now World Loser. And your Rowan is in second place with 2 rounds to go. Excel Poker lost against King Kong. Oh my god. If I win this, I'm untouchable. But Yaroon is not an easy win. He's nicked me for a lot of draws. Yeah, guys, that endgame that you had, Bill and Resident Inspector, looked like utterly useless for black. Like there was 0 chance you can hold. Come on, guys, let's get a donation. I feel bad. We've got cheer now to be number 1, and nobody wants to donate. It's embarrassing. Come on, gift a sub to be number 1. We'll be back tomorrow. It'll be Wednesday, Weird Wednesday Rapid. We're taking challenges. Yeah, where's Move 11 been? He's been sick, Mr. Coffee. I forgot to answer that question earlier. Move 11 has been sick for like the last week. And but he's another one of those players that's not playing enough chess. All my most promising students just like stop playing chess. I don't know if it's my effect or, I'll never be as great as Master. But Astrobate keeps plugging along. Mr. Coffee comes through. Cheat T Art comment earlier was worth 300 bits. Thank you. If nothing else, just watch the stream for the humor and the opening traps that I fall for. Okay, we've got white against Haroon. What do you play? Like, do you always play a certain Dutch, or you play like different variations of the Dutch? Do you always play like the Stonewall, or we've got a mix? Well, there goes the Leningrad. I was hoping for a Leningrad. I was well prepared for Leningrad because of this, the one guy I played in the World Senior from France. He was quite a good player. I was lucky against him. It was a total draw. But I have tons of experience against the Leningrad, so I like kind of hope, hope to face that the most. I had some vicious lines prepared for him, and he sidestepped everything. Cheat TT. Asterbate, get to tier 1 sub to Resident Spectre. So we're on the board. Asterbate with a gift sub. Mr. Coffee. I don't know what I would do without you guys. I'd be back playing online poker. If it wasn't for Mr. Coffee and Asterbate, I'd have to give up streaming. Move 11 just subscribed to tier 1. 66 months. 666. Move 11, did you know we were just talking about you? Or is that like an utter coincidence? That would be a really weird coincidence. Speak of the devil, I guess. But that's also a bizarre coincidence. He got the 66 months subscribed, and he said, and we said, speak of the devil, and he has 66 months. Oh man, the Stonewall. Mr. Coffee asked about you, Move 11, and I said all my students have gotten. They haven't been diligent playing enough lately. But you were sick. No, strategically, I don't understand Bishop E4. Never ever seen anyone play that in this type of position. And I never want to see it again. He traded off his good bishop against all classic principles. Leaving me to figure out like which way I want to recapture. Yeah, it's kind of a tough one. I mean, what am I going to do? Like, put my queen on f4? I could put it on c2, but it gives him a tempo with knight e4. I mean, I guess this... It's like playing the Bogo with f5. It's almost like black made a legal move in the Carlsen Bogo. If black could play f7, f5 over the knight on f6 in a Bogo, like, would he want to do that? I think a lot of people like wouldn't want to do it even if it was legal. That's like, would I rather have this pawn back on f7 in this position? Is a good question. Move 11, you need to play more. We need and you need to play more and get better. You beat a GM today in a 30-minute training game. Phew. Alright, I feel better. I was getting worried. Good old Queen C2. Good job, Move 11. Hope you're feeling a little bit better. We need to get you out in the real world. Maybe Move 11 has like COVID, post-COVID stress. I know I do. I want to like be at a distance from everybody. I've been like psychologically like affected by the whole COVID thing. I already had like a strong sense of like personal space, and now I want to like be like further away from everyone. I hate being close to people. You got to get Move 11 to some chess tournaments. Would you mind if I were to submit our game for Thursday's analysis stream? Now you're a subscriber. What would Nenad Sulava do? I'm like this in my mind, man. Mixing up my chess players. Rest in peace, Nenad Sulava. I'm mixing up my lavas. I thought we were switching Tuesday, Thursday streams. Jesus. See, that's what COVID did. It like fried your brain. Last week I switched the night for the Tuesday stream. That was it. I just moved it from Tuesday to Wednesday. That's the only switch we've had. Moving Tuesday's tournament to Wednesday for 1 week. We're back to normal now. Although next week, I haven't decided. I might do another Tuesday, Wednesday switch, but we'll see. Next week is like holidays are coming, and you know, like I won't be streaming on Christmas and stuff like that. But we still have Thursdays where it is. You know, Thursday's subscriber stream. And we need your support. With my birthday coming up on Monday, I'm going to need extra donations. To pay off all my gambling debts. I wish I had gambling debts. I would feel better, you know. Instead, like, people owe me money. Which is worse, like having people owe you money or owing people money? It's always like people owe me money. Alright. C6. Yes. So now what do I do? The plan was to play knight e1. I feel like I'm running out of pieces here. What would Tigran do? Takes. Takes. We never want to exchange. Iron Tigran. Iron Tigran. How do you guys feel about e3? That's a typical like Petrosian move. No, it's not. It's never fun like owing money. I have to buy an apartment and like sell my other one, and I'm really stressed out because I'm afraid it might be difficult to sell. Of course. Everyone plays a tough Stonewall. He's been through this before. If I can't sell my apartment, I'm going to be like begging. Begging on the street. With like a can or something. At some point. Man, did I mess up there? Should I have played knight f3? All this and I have like this itty bitty advantage. Itty bitty. The itty bitty advantage variation. Isn't the Stonewall fun? B4. Feels like a Queen's Gambit now. Petrosian made his living like eating people's Stonewall Duchess in the King's Indian. It's funny how sometimes people just don't understand what openings to play against certain players. If you play like an uber positional player, the last thing you want to play is the Stonewall Dutch. I'm not necessarily an uber positional player, you know, so I'm not saying it because of this game in particular. But I've seen some examples of people who like chose to play the Stonewall Dutch against the worst possible opponent, you know. It's like play the Stonewall Dutch against Tiger and Petrosian. I mean, this is a very stupid idea. I don't know. There's this crazy move a5 on the board. All right, man. I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, what is this? Wow. That is a radical, extreme idea. I don't want his rook to activate on the A file. I mean, he's seriously giving me the opportunity to play pawn takes pawn here. I have no idea what's happening. Like, pawn takes, pawn takes. I mean, pawn takes, pawn takes. Pawn takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. I didn't like that. It makes me uncomfortable. You're not. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way c5 works. Look at that. Yurun is trying to undermine my dark squares. I can't believe it that this is even possible. It just doesn't work. There's no way that works. A mouse slip. It's a big mouse slip. That's a big ass moose slip. Yurun is number 2. Yeah, I don't agree with the pairing ranking system. That's lichess Swiss. But I'm not going to complain or say anything about the great lichess Swiss system. We're just very grateful to our overlords that we even have a Swiss pairing system in lichess at all. So that's for Thibault and the developers at lichess. Thank you, oh great developers, for gracing us with a Swiss system, despite the freaky, like, weird, totally illegal pairing system. Now this reminds me of Resident Spectator earlier, who was like, well, I was worried about e4. Yeah. Don't ever say anything bad about the lichess developers. We are winning. We are up a clear pawn. Black has no compensation. Bam. Compensation. I am willing to, you know, make a concession. Rook c1, b6. Why heck not? Heck. Why heck not? You know what I mean? You like get too dogmatically like fixed on this idea like his bishop is bad. His bishop is bad. I think one of the best games I ever saw was Salo Floor game, where the similar capture. One of the best games I ever saw. Teaching grammar here while I'm playing chess. One of the best games I've ever seen was a Salo Floor game. Now there's a player, Asterbait, who should have 2 books about him. Not Rudolf Spielman, but solid floor. If you're gonna have a 2-book series, I think he would deserve it, and he probably played enough games for it to be a real thing. He had this one game where it was like he just captured the bad bishop and it demolished the black defenses. Dogma. Searching for Dogma. Have you guys seen my Dogma? There is bishop f1. I want to play king f2. There's so many moves I want to play here. What about the illegal bishop c4? What about e4? You know, it's like a lot of people just play e4 without thinking, but I mean, do you want to commit to that? Really? I kind of like bishop f1. On the downside, he can play b6 now, his favorite idea of fixing something on the dark squares. Oh no, then rook c6. Then he'll have to trade and play the other rook to c8. And then I can like undermine his position with e4. Dogma. Yeah, Dogma. Bread and circuses. What I hate about Arena is how sometimes it feels too competitive, like a fight to the death. Dude, like, Jabava freaked out and like left lichess because of some stupid like finish of a Arena tournament, you know. Can you imagine? It's a totally absurd and unfair, you know, tournament system that would never have been invented by a normal, you know, chess site. But it's like a, you know, it's like this unique thing to lichess. So it's natural, even though it's stupid and unfair and kind of illogical. It's unique to lichess, or it should be, and so they keep it. But like, who the heck is gonna freak out and like have a you know, a spastic, hysterical like fit because they lost in an Arena tournament, as if the format is even fair in the first place? It's like, that's ridiculous, dude. I'm gonna cry and complain about the end of a lichess Arena tournament where the entire format of every single one of those tournaments is totally unfair, you know, and random. I mean, how stupid is that, dude? So yeah, I mean, the point is like, yeah, it's perfect for the ultra competitive sort of people who have no sense of reality. It's ideal for them. Okay, this ending. Now, White's winning, but it's not that easy. Or is it? Famous. Oof. He's got rook takes c5. Famous last words, I always want to say. Alright, is this enough? Damn it. Check. No, it feels like your ruin's only chance is rook takes c5, ironically. Rook takes c5, bishop takes c6, check, king f8. He played king f7, but this looks pretty ugly. So solid, hopefully I'll play like you. Well, you played pretty well today. You're underrated. You also played very solidly. You could have drawn that game if you were a little more objective at some point. But I think you have to, it's important when you play chess to, at some point in the game, you have to say to yourself, I'm playing for a draw. If you're worse and you're a pawn down, you have to make this like kind of conscious decision, like I'm playing for a draw. Sometimes people kind of like, they're worse, they have a chance to draw, but they just like kind of like don't make the mental kind of transition to, my goal is to draw. Let's be, clear about it. If you don't have a clearer goal, like you may be trying to win, you may be trying to draw, you offered me a draw, but it was bad at that point. But before it should have been a draw. If you defended really well, probably. Maybe there was more trading of pieces, like you kept attention too much when you should have been like trying to simplify and continue to try to draw. You need a clear plan, a clear game plan. Aldisto, XL Poker, what a battle. It looks like another Stonewall, my god. It's a good thing Husky's not here. He's been really tough. I don't want to face him. It feels like Husky, Aldisto, XL Poker are all around the same level. But honestly, XL Poker hasn't been around lately. It feels like Husky has been really sharp. Oh my god. Is move 11 still here? I should like change my Twitch channel to like Mr. Sir. I was thinking Mr. Coffee. Mr. Sir. I think like every Indian chess player from the continent, the world, the chess world would be like all over it. They love to say sir. Obsession with saying sir. Sir Arthur. Sir, who's the most famous sir of all time? You have 5 seconds to answer. Sir Pendragon. Sir Lancelot. I think Lancelot. It's got to be Sir Lancelot. Although Sir Lancelot wasn't a real person, right? Was Sir Lancelot a real figure? Or is it even known? I assumed he was a fictional character. Am I wrong to think that? Oh boy. Yeah, he was part of the mythos. Oh my gosh. The bad bishop from hell. Well, it's like up a pawn, but like, oh my god. You see, here's a situation where it comes in handy if you're like, I'm gonna decide I'm gonna draw, and you draw. Make a decision to take the draw. Exactly. Don't like lose because you're... I think if white doesn't force a draw, black will. This has got to be a draw. Despite the fact that white is up a pawn, he's pulverized on the 7th rank. Sir Elton John. Mr. Coffee, oh my god. Excel Poker just... Oh my god. This is what I'm talking about. I just gave a clear example of have a plan, just decide, okay, look, it's a tournament, and maybe draw wasn't good enough. That's something that's important. If your only chance is to win, obviously you don't want to hang mate in 2, but if you have to win because of the tournament standing, okay, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying a lot of people don't think about it like that. They just play without a clear goal in mind. And by the way, I have to say, I hate the Maurice Ashley, Greg Shahadi, whatever, 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, 0 points for the loss type of tournaments. That's dumb, man. That's just dumb. They're doing it for the Hungarian Championship now. And by the way, there's 1 million draws. It's funny, man. It's really funny if you look at the cross tables from the Hungarian men's and women's championships. They just finished yesterday, I think, or today. There's still tons and tons of draws. So nobody gave a fuck about it. It's that stupid, But the funny thing was, I looked at the rating, the rating loss and gain, in the women's group. And the third place finisher lost 15 rating points or something. So that's kind of like a lichess arena. That's exactly the same thing, right? So no longer is playing a good game necessarily the most important thing. The most important thing is winning or whatever, Quality of chess no longer matters. It's about, trying to win at all costs. You blame it on the beer. More beer I drink, the better I'm playing. Would you agree for a quick draw if we play? Oh, yeah, sure. I can do a quick draw and then analyze the other players' games, which is fine. I'm out of distance. Yeah, I think that's standard policy. Also, tournament etiquette. For the most part. It happened to me 2 years ago with Bala Imre, where he was so far out in first that he could give me a draw. But I was black, it was kind of awkward. If I was white, it was last round and I was playing on board 1, but I was too far behind to even catch him. And I didn't feel right about offering a draw with black. 30 move rule. Dude, I'm professional in this after 2 weeks ago in the Hungarian Team Championship. I'm a professional in playing 30 moves in 2 minutes and agreeing to a draw. You gotta play 30 moves. This is good practice. It's good practice for me in the Hungarian Team Championship. Because I got lucky. It turns out I'm playing board 3 on Sunday against Kobania, which is a pretty strong team. Their first board is Saric. Their second board is Gladora, who's not here. Their third board is Erdos. So they have 2 of players. Fourth board is 26 is Bortnik. Not Bordnik, Vovk, another Ukrainian. Anyway, the story is that I'm going to play board 3, so I get white again. Last time I was board 2, and I got white, and now I get board 3 and I'm white. So I'm hoping for another like Grandmaster draw, but we've got a 30 move rule as well in the Hungarian Team Championship, and an embarrassing thing happened last time. I don't think you were here, Excel Poker, but both my opponent, who's from Slovakia, and myself were unaware. We were unaware that this is like the second round, and I don't know. I didn't play in the first division last year. It's really weird. In Hungarian Team Championship, the other divisions don't have the rule in place, but just the first division has this 30 move draw rule. So I didn't know, and I offered my opponent a draw after like 10 moves. And he was like, okay. And we shook hands, and we were like about to like set up the pieces, and his team captain came like running to the board. He was like, you guys, you can't agree to a draw. We were like, what? We already like wrote draw on our score sheets, and we're like ready to like set up the pieces. He was like, no, you can't agree to a draw. It's a 30 move draw rule. And everyone's like looking at us. I mean, it was ridiculous. And so now what do? You know, you like agreed to a draw, essentially, but now you're not allowed to draw, you know, so there was this weird situation. And I was like, well, what happens now, you know? It was really awkward. And I was like, my opponent and I both were kind of like, well, you know, I guess it's like an implied, it becomes in a situation where it's like, you should still agree to a draw, but you have to play like 30 moves. And then you're like sitting there like, God, I hope I don't like hang a piece or something. That'll be embarrassing. How is he going to offer me a draw if I hang a piece, you know? And I think like I was like a tiny bit worse. By the time we agreed to a draw on move 30, he had like a small endgame advantage. It's going to happen again. It's a long story though. I mean, it wasn't simply that I just wanted a Grandmaster draw no matter what with the way pieces. My teammates came late and they like screwed me over. I was there on time, ready to play, board 2, and like a whole bunch of my teammates came late. Our clocks were started. I wasn't allowed to move. And I was actually really, really angry, you know, at my teammates. Like, they cost me 25 minutes on the clock, these morons that came late. So I was like, screw them, man. I'm not going to try to beat a Grandmaster down 25 minutes on the clock. Yeah, we're not allowed to move. The whole team is like sitting there watching our time run out, waiting for the other players to arrive. We're not allowed to like make a move until 10 players are present out of 12. It's like a joke, you know? And I'm like, look, you know, I'm 25 minutes behind against the Grandmaster. There's no way I'm not offering him a draw, you know? It's lucky that I was like white, but the other thing was that really pissed me off. Of all things, the guy was freaking 25 minutes late too. My opponent was actually 25 minutes late. Like my teammates. He like walks in the door and he's like the latest player from the other team. He walks in the door. He's 25 minutes late and he's like up 25 minutes on the clock. I was like, this is bullshit, man. This is not fair. It's absolutely absurd, you know. I had like come to the game on time and I'm being punished. Try for the one move cheapo. There's no one move cheapo here. So I was like, screw them, man. I'm just offering a draw. But this Sunday I have to play like a 2600 player, probably. There's a small chance I get some Serbian guy who's like 20, 25, 20. If I'm really lucky. But otherwise it's all guys around 2600. But at least I'm white. Alright, we're almost to move 30. Hansinger. This is like the perfect move for the 30 move agreed. The 30 move agreed draw. I have a moral obligation not to checkmate you here. It's ridiculous. I don't know, I'll think about it. G3 is a pretty good move. Oh, haunting, you're asking a question, Mark, about the the verb haunting. Yeah, it's a new concept. Now, I can magically offer a draw. I am a little better here, you know. It's like my last week's draw. I think black is better by like 0.3. Obviously, Excel Poker was really playing. He's playing his best. Computer's not giving me 0.3. Wow. Oh, it is. Okay. Oh, it's actually more. Ooh. 0.7. 0.5. Yeah, your last move was a mistake, though. You know, you should have played G3. G3 is better. It doesn't seem to matter, though. The computer's still giving me a slight edge. It's a draw. It's a draw. He's got to be careful, though. He has a lot of pawns fixed on white squares. Wow, good game, man. That was really, really well played. Yeah, we'll see you on Sunday after my next Grandmaster draw. Alright, guys, I finished. But not everyone is finished. King Kong's still playing against Jeroen. Yeah, it's a long tournament, 3-hour tournament. So thanks for playing, everybody. Excel Poker. Man, King Kong with the I'm gonna guess birds opening. You know, I mean, I know that's really a stretch, huh? Safe to say Jeroen played a birds opening. Do we have any other games still ongoing? Placid Panda Open. Yeah, we should call it the Placid Panda Open. It's not really an open. Okay, Rolandas. Wow, Pyrat. Down a piece, but better pawn structure. Not good. I think we'll focus on the other game. It looks like Rolandas should even the score against Pyrat in their lifetime. Acerbate gifted a tier 1 sub to Plantcorn. Man, King Kong's playing some good chess. He played very tough against me. I thought he should have objectively held a draw from a pawn down ending. Here I like his position. He has very few weaknesses. The Jeroen bishop, obviously, the proverbial Stabvargen. Black's king is a bit awkward, but I think that's not necessarily a problem. Is there something here? Queen b3. What was the last move? You had to move your queen. Yeah, focusing on f7. So you really have some cheapos, maybe. But nothing clear. I mean, like g4 even. Even if it was white's move, black could play knight h6 and defend f7. And ultimately, I think like this is bad. King Kong is down a rook on h8, but his structure is so much better that I think that black is better here. Much, much better. I mean, it's very hard for white to get his pieces in the game. Maybe he has to play a4, a5 and try to lift the rook out, you know, like manually. Perhaps h5 for black. It's a little risky, but it still might be good. There's no knight g6 because of queen g6. Your rook is holding e4. h5, a4, even h4, with the idea of sometimes like knight g3 check. Asterbate, thank you. 3 gift subs today. It took a while, but it came through. We had to beg these guys. Mr. Coffee, Asterbate, thank you for donations. 3 gift subs and 2, or we had Curious Mountain Crawler as well. Gift a sub. And Mr. Coffee with a bit donation of 300. We'll be back tomorrow with Weird Wednesday Rapid Challenges at 11 a.m. Central EU time. Oh, you're everyone sucks but me. Okay, cool. It's good to know. I mean, I like it when people interact. A lot of times people just, you know, they're like, they never tell us who they are and stuff, so that's cool. Yeah, it's a little community here. Black just played b6. Well, okay, the pawn was hanging. I'm not sure that he needed to defend it, but it's a sensible move. I mean, obviously black is considered b5, but b6 is safer. And then a4. This is a no-brainer. Well, now we don't have rook a4, though, so easily. So it's going to be hard for white to get his pieces in the game. Maybe c4 with the idea of rook d1. c4 to go here and try to... your ruins knight h5. Wow. It's been a long day. Been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. Where people know your name. Weird Wednesday, where coffee tastes weird. Dude, my coffee tasted weird. It was like filled with this weird tasting sugar. It might have been the Metaxa, though. I'll give you guys a hint. Don't drink Metaxa before you drink your coffee. That coffee still has too much sugar in it, but I think it was exaggerated. Okay, can someone explain to me why black can't take this knight? You might want to explain to me why you can't take that knight. You really just hung a piece, you know. Takes, rook takes, and then queen d1 check, and mate on the next move. I'm getting sharper. We're really sharp now after those 6 games. Super sharp. I don't know. I recommend the pawn capture. Yeah, I think hanging back rank mate is not really the best idea. Black has a very strong knight here. The king can go to like g7. But white has, you know, potential now on the dark squares. So black can maybe play like h5 to to prevent g4, although I don't know if it's necessary. And then ultimately play like king g7 and even f6 if necessary. I think black is still better here. I mean, the problem is that you can't move your pieces. You can't move your bishop. You can't move your guy. Queen c3. Queen c3, b3, bishop b2. The bishop can come to life, and white might be able to get back in the game. Thank you to Mr. Coffee and SB, our good friends, and keeping me off the street and off the online poker tables. If I get desperate, I don't know what I might do. GG Poker. I had to square off online poker because I hated Poker Stars. But the temptation is to kind of back, because now Poker Stars is sort of like dying, and now there's like GG Poker. There's this temptation to get back into online poker, but it's just... Still, I don't think I'll ever fall back in love with online poker. It's too many ifs, too many sketchy possibilities. Did you miss the new Amazing Concepts? Yes, sorry. We'll be back with more Amazing Concepts tomorrow and every day. F6. More amazing clickbait. What was I thinking of? Oh. Some sort of drinking commentary. And rook e2. Yeah. Almost Larry Christensen-esque. Rook e2, rook e1, rook e8. Rook takes rook, rook takes rook. Jeroen can like start vacuuming the pieces off the board and maybe draw here. No, I mean, online poker got ruined by like micro stakes games. Like 12-year-old kids in outer Mongolia, you know, earning what they would make at like McDonald's, learning to play like micro stake poker like perfectly. When you make poker like micro stakes, it's no longer interesting, you know. It's like a waste of time. Besides the bots, I mean bots as well. I was paranoid of bots, you know, 5 years ago. Not just people bots, but, you know, sites using bots, and yeah, I like playing live poker for now. I was sad. I wanted to go to Prague to play in the European Poker Tour, but the Poker Stars Live like kind of sucks. They used to have a good spread of games there, but now it's like really oriented to these like super high rollers, and they're just, the tournament like schedule was awful. Just tons of super high rollers, and it was kind of gross. They ruined it. Maybe I'll go somewhere else at some point. I could have gone. I was gonna go, but I ended up, even with the bad schedule, I was still gonna go and play some tournaments. But I ended up getting involved in a real estate thing. All right. Knight h4, queen d5, focus on g2. Damn, dude, bishop e1 is just way too passive. It's very passive. I have to say though, I mean, Jeroen can be a good player. He can defend very well. He's helped me to a lot of draws, beaten me occasionally, but he's handicapping himself a lot with the birds. Now we're in big trouble. We probably have to start like dropping pawns. Queen f3. Just losing the pawn on c2. Just to stay alive. Just to stay in shape. We're going to lose the h2 pawn just to, in the words of Dennis Eckersley. We're losing a pawn just to stay in shape. Queen f3. Yep. Probably like take on f3. See, I don't like this move as much, but maybe it's still good. It's all good. Yeah. The knight is a killer. Even this is good. Yeah, I mean, this pawn is isolated, but it's actually not bad. Now black can play h5, lock his knight on f5, play d4. But I think Jeroen is busted. It's the bad knight. Classic bad knight. You're gonna make a social media platform, call it Meow. Alright, just don't let, like, Kanye West invest in it or something. This is ugly. No time and a busted position. Bad bishop, down a pawn, losing another. Rook's doubling on the 7th. It all fell apart. A valiant try. Bishop f2. Bishop f2, like the last. No, you gotta play bishop f2. Oof. Mercilessly accurate. Even rook g2 is good. Astrobate, you and Mr. Coffee gonna go in business together with the cat platform? Cat form. Get it? Social media cat form. That can be your, like, tagline. h5, everything wins. It's your social media cat form. Damn, that's a tricky move, isn't it? Wait, that's g4 now. Wake up! Jeroen, wake up! Damn. He played too safely with h3. He had to try g4. I could see black messing this up, you know. But we really, really, really don't want to trade rooks. You know, if we have to trade rooks, it doesn't matter. We're lost anyway. Just d4 only move. If King Kong rushes too much, he could mess this up. It wouldn't be the first time, like, Jeroen swindled someone. But this looks like beyond, it's almost like unswindleable. White's position is so bad, there is almost no swindle. Even, like, physically possible. Black, like, has to, like, hang a rook outright or something. Yeah. Poor Jeroen. Playing on out of the perennial momentum. He just doesn't want the tournament to end. It was so much fun. That's why he doesn't resign. Alright, guys. So the final standings, Sparkle Horse 5.5. I took down the tournament with a 2600 performance in a warm-up for my Sunday 2600 Grandmaster battle. King Kong, wow, second place, only losing against me with a 2391 performance. So really impressive. Wow, Aldista with third place, 4.5, also losing against me from a winning position. Alright, XL Poker gets fourth, Jeroen fifth. Off to a great start today. Bisonov, Everyone Sucks But Me, Resident Spectator, Bone Atrophy, and Astrobate. Astrobate making the first page with 2 wins today. Good job. Alright, everybody, thanks for playing. Thanks, Mr. Coffee, for being a moderator. Thanks, everybody, for subscribing. And we'll be back tomorrow morning. It was my pleasure. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Bye.